Hi guys, how are you? Um, of course, I'm gonna come back all the time, every day. I know my voice has been definitely horrible, but we're gonna keep on going. We not giving up. So today we're doing Sunday's topic, and it's I did believe in myself. I did believe in myself. I actually like today's topic because it was something that I was dealing with in the mind to where sometimes I drag myself back in the past. Um, I was just talking to myself because I always talk to myself anyway. I was talking to myself about how people tell stories. We all tell stories, but it's not about the stories that we're telling. It's all about is you're really telling the truth. Because for every stories, you want to hear the truth, don't you? And so for me, Marquetta the Light Speakers is somebody who she just really wants to know that she wants to tell people that they can live their life even though it's hard. Sometimes I know currently in my life now, I tend to look back at some things. But I'm trying my best not to look back at that because I can't change my past. And even I know when I had my dream where I went to that past park and things start blowing, I can't go back. I can't go back to the past park because it stopped blowing. I was sitting there thinking about when I watched SpongeBob. And SpongeBob had this episode where he showed that he was at this park and the park got bad. It was old. It was very old. And so he wanted to fix the park. So he was in there trying to fix this old park and he knows this park is old. And everything just kept breaking it down. Even when he tried to fix it, it kept breaking down. So then when they said they're closing the park down, he ended up staying on the gate. He stayed on this gate with Patrick. Patrick and him was just like clinging on to this old park. And turn to find out when they look up, they see this big old new park. And they just looking and they're like, oh, how we're going to get out here now? And so they're stuck at this old park. And it is so funny because it's like, you're stuck at this old park and they just created a whole new one. And it's really cooler than the old one. It's way more better than the old one that you had. And so, I guess for me, I believe in myself. So I remembered, it's going all the way back to when all started when I was in high school. 16 years old. And I didn't even know that I had a baby. And I ended up having my baby. And then 18, I had another baby. But during those baby seasons, I had something else going on. And what I had going on is bedroom boom. I kept going to bedroom boom. But when I kept going to bedroom boom, I didn't realize when I was going to bedroom boom is that I was catching things that I didn't need to catch. I was catching a lot of things. And I remembered a lot of diseases. Some of them, I had history to where the doctors were saying if I didn't stop bedroom boom, I might die because it's really affecting my body. And so I just really remember that I had so much guilt in that. I didn't know how I was going to get out of that. And I thought that I was going to be there forever. There was no hopes. I thought my life was over. I've read something like way back. I have my notes from way back. And I was writing something and I said that I was hoping that God was real. And I hoped that he was, because I really needed to get out of this bedroom boom situation, but I just didn't know how to get out. And so I didn't know how to control the addiction, because it felt like it was taking a whole toll on my body, to where I felt like I was being pulled to this all the time, to where I had to go out there and do what I wanted to do. I had to. And so when I finally broke free, I literally broke free at the age of 20. Yeah, took me 20. I broke free. I broke free from multiple to a few. Then I turned a certain age, and I started noticing I stopped. But it took me a long time. When you're dealing with something in your past, it does take you a long time to know that it's not there anymore. But mentally, your brain still makes you feel like it's still there, or when people bring it up, it makes you feel like you can't do it. But even though you're not, you know that you're not in that position anymore. You know that you're really doing good for yourself. But then you're looking and you're like, man, all these people are continually on me in levels where I don't know if I have time to change. I don't know if change is within me. I don't know if it's real. But then when you look at it, if you have someone really in your life, you'll know. You'll know it deep in your heart that God sent them to bring you out. When you're on the ground, there's always going to be someone to help you get up. Believe it or not, you might feel like right now nobody's there for you, but there's always going to be somebody. And most likely, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be someone you don't know. It's going to be someone you don't know. And I remember when I was doing all this crazy stuff in Bedroom Boom, someone I didn't know people I didn't know continued to say, you need to get out of this situation. You are definitely very smart. You have so much potential. You need to get out of this. If someone tells you you're so smart and you have so much potential and you need to get out of something, you know that's God. God sent them. Because if they're telling you something like that, God sent them. And it took me a while, because change starts within you. Anything that you want in your life, it starts with you. I grew up in levels where I always felt like everything was wrong. That's because those around me made me seem like I was just a horrible person. And that's not the truth. And like I said earlier about the fact is we can all tell our stories, but it's either the story is where we want the good parts about it, or is we telling it to where we being honest. And that's what it's mainly about, is that you be honest about these stories that you're telling to help people move on, and you be blunt and let them know what happened to you so that they know that they're not alone. The whole point is not for you to be in the same position as this person, but it's for you to say that I know how it felt because I was there, but now I'm not there. This is what happened when I was down there on this ground, but this is where I'm at right now. So when I was in Bedroom Boom, I thought I couldn't make it. But when I finally got out of there, I ended up being blessed with this very apartment. I ended up being blessed with going to college. I ended up getting blessed with going to counseling. I ended up getting blessed to get to know my children more. I ended up getting blessed with more knowledge, more wisdom, more understanding, more peace, more hopes, more things that I never thought I would have. I ended up getting blessed to at least get on the road and drive. I ended up getting blessed with random gifts. I ended up getting blessed with Marquela, the life speaker, actually getting on here talking every single day to you guys to let you guys know that there's someone here. I ended up working, and I love what I do. At the end of the day, Marquela, the life speaker, was a huge theme, because the first part is I lost my father after my sin. But he left something that I'll never, ever, it's better than money. The man left faith and hope. If someone has that much hope in you and faith in you, where they're driving you everywhere you need to go just to make sure you make it, good or bad or ugly, they don't, whatever you at, you like that, they love it. And hopefully one day you get out. But wherever you going, they with you. And then hopefully they tell you the words, the good parts, and say, I hope you get out of this. And keep on driving forth with you. They took you to the bad areas because that's where you wanted to be. And they also took you to the good place. You don't forget the ones who sent you to your goal. And it's kind of funny because my dad, when he was driving, we was not driving to good places. He just dropped me off by a girl. But in this, though, he took me to the good and the bad. Bad and good, it didn't even matter. The man just wanted to make sure whatever decision I made, that he reminded me who I was. He never put his hands on me. He never whooped me. He gave me a good old-fashioned wisdom. And look at me now. It doesn't matter what my roof looked like. It doesn't matter what hood I am in. It matters a lot that I have a roof over my head. And I live alone with 2 kids. It matters when I went to college alone on bus. It matters that I took after 2018 of counsel. I mean, I got frauded from the counseling. Someone frauded me in 2017, and I was supposed to go then. And then I didn't want to go no more. Then I ended up going to counseling again for myself, and that was the best thing that I ever did. I did believe in myself because I got frauded last of 2017. I mean, these people kept calling me, and they were not being honest about their counseling place. And I was so upset because I really needed help. And I didn't want to go back. But guess what? I ended up going in 2018. And I gotten to meet the best counselor ever, Miss Clay. Then after meeting this young woman, and it was a group counsel, I saw Miss Sarah. Then after meeting Miss Sarah, I saw Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany was the one who counseled me and my daughters from the beginning to where I realized I needed to get my own thing going on. So you're talking about 3 counsels. 3. But yeah, I'm still here. I did believe in myself. Even through my ups and downs. When people gave up on me. Or better yet, they gave up on themselves. And I felt like I failed them as the person of wanting to really be involved. But I started to realize my goal plan in Marquela, the life speaker, is to hope that you learn something. But I can't push you to do something that you don't want to do. I can't push you to love someone you don't want to love. I can't push you to go towards your goals if you don't want to go there. I can't tell you you need to get all those things and you don't even want it. I can't do that because I was that person. I didn't want my blessings yet. Some people don't want that. I was the type of person that I was okay with everybody having something. Literally. Everybody has something. And when people ask me for a ride and they just wanted to give me a ride, I'm hurrying up and rushing because I felt like I had to give them something. And they're like, no, keep that in your pocket. And I would force them to take it because it was that real to me, that I was so shocked that these people were doing from the kindness of their heart for me, because I was so used to always giving something and not getting nothing back in return, and feeling guilty of my sin, feeling guilty of all things, and then always saying all my fault, all me. But I didn't realize how bad it was when you're coming to work and people are starting to get concerned because you're saying what's wrong all the time. And there ain't nothing wrong. They just want to tell you that you're beautiful, that your outfits are cute. And you're running around here saying what's wrong. They're starting to get concerned. You know? And then you started to really control that because you started to realize there's people who care about you. And they're wondering, why do you live life saying what's wrong? Because people always blame all things on me. And one person who's the only one who's tried their best to really get out of their situation. And they're always blamed for something that they didn't even do. But now you're starting to realize you take those heavy burdens and you just walk to that new park. And don't tie yourself like SpongeBob to this old park that you don't belong to. You don't belong in that old park. Because one of the things what I learned in church today, I went to church because today I'm off. I went to my church, Life Change Ministries, where we build families and change lives in Christ. I went to my church, and I wish I would have recorded this. I don't know why I didn't record this, because this was beautiful. This is something that I was actually dealing with in my mind, and they helped me before I walked out. I love a church that you can go to, and they literally make sure that heavy burden, oh, you're not going to walk outside. You're not going to get off their sanctuary until it's off. But I want you to sit back and listen to me about this church and what I loved about it. Have you ever went to the church and they ask you a question and they say, how many of you have sinned? And everybody raised their hands. And then they tell you, God still loves you all, no matter what. That you guys still deserve a future. That God didn't create this world for you to be perfect. And you're not perfect. No matter how people might feel about you, you're not perfect. God didn't create you to be perfect. He created you to be wonderfully made. When he said that, and I was already, I knew the church was so beautiful, because the fact is I'm sitting there and voice horrible. My feelings is already, But the fact is that the pastor, after the music, he wouldn't even, it was something where he's like feeling some type of spirit. And so he was fighting the spirit. So where he said mothers. And he made all the mothers randomly walk around. Made us walk around. Just do a little walk around. He said, you mothers get up. And I'm walking around, and then all of a sudden, the tears is pushed out. He pushed it out because he wasn't going to start the service. He knew somebody was feeling something. And so he made sure that we walked around and all that stuff came out. Then he started talking about, you needed more. We need more. Stop worrying about the past and go for more. You know what I'm saying? He started talking about what we need more of. And it made me realize that I settled for so long helping everybody, all this. Like, I was like this person where I'm like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Look at me now. I'm like halfway sick because I'm burnt out. I love to help people, but I need to believe in myself. The same thing that I can do for people, I need to do that for myself. The same love that I can go for everybody else, I need to love myself. No matter how hard life is, I need to do that for myself. And what have I done for myself this year? This year, I created my own business. Even created my own business cards. I created a vision board. I began to create my own things this year. And even though this year I had negativity in my life, I had people still saying that I talk too much. I had people still telling me they see old stuff. They don't see me. I had people still picking at me. I still had it. But did I believe in myself still? Yes. I didn't want to give up on Marquela the Life Speaker. Because Marquela the Life Speaker deserves to be heard. Whether people want to hear her or not. She deserves to talk. I've been told so long, you talk too much. But it is a difference between talking than actually speaking wisdom. That's the difference. Talking and wisdom is two different things. God, in that dream, pulled out my teeth just to give me more. Because he's saying, you always giving out stuff. You always want to make you giving stuff out your mouth. You always sharing your mouth. You always trying to make sure people are okay. You're always running for everybody. You get in them fights that's not even your situation. You're getting yourself in the middle of things, and it's not even your situation. You continue to fight for people even when you turn back around. Ain't nobody there for you. So many people are so stuck on me having these babies. They're so stuck on me with the images or whatever. But I'm so happy to say that whatever image they're stuck on, I'm so happy I'm alive. I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy that I didn't die. I'm happy that I am still living my life. I mean, 2017 could have been a year where I was pronounced dead from a crash because someone mistaking gas from brake. And my baby's eyes swollen. And I'm supposed to just be sitting here shutting doors and being quiet. And I see my baby with eye trauma. I see my hand broken. I see my brother freaking arm broken. I see my mother head cracked. But I'm not going to do and be what someone else wants me to be no more. God didn't bring me back that day for me to just fall on the ground. That's the part of the problem with people. They want you to just bow down. It's like, no, I'm not bowing down. I coulda, woulda. I coulda died when I got drunk on the strip. Sure did. I coulda. But God showed me the way. I could have died when my daddy died because he was on the road. He was driving and then he drove me home. And unfortunately, he went home at my home. That's what he did. He said goodbye at my home because he felt at peace with me. See, in life, a lot of people will put images that don't belong on you. But as long as you see yourself, it shouldn't matter what everybody else sees. And that's why I'm starting to be proud of me. Because I came a freaking long way. And I'm only 23 years old. See, nobody really sees hopes in us, guys. They don't see the future. They don't see nothing in us. They just see party, drunk loads, sex loads, drug addicts. They just see those people. But I see people who deserve to be on this life. And I don't see drug addicts. I don't see hoes. I don't see those people. I don't see drunk loads. I don't see those people. I see human beings who just need help. They need help. And you're supposed to be holified, sanctified. Then you're never supposed to stick your nose at anybody. And that's why I loved my church today. When that elder went up there and said, how many of you guys sinned? And everybody raised their hand. That was the realest church I ever went to. Because they did not sugarcoat anything. They didn't tell stories just to make themselves look perfect. Because when you're playing, it's the difference between when you're playing church, but you're actually in it. It's a difference. And you're not going to succeed. Yes, you're going to cuss sometimes. Yes, you're going to fall sometimes. Yes, you're going to go through all these things. God ain't worried about all that. But he is worried about the temple that you're supposed to take care of. He is worried about you, that the creation that he made. He said, enjoy the works of his labors. He wants you to enjoy it. He said, without faith, work is dead. Faith without works is dead. He meant that. So even though you are what you are, that does not define where you're going right now. Yeah, you're out there doing what you're doing. But that doesn't mean you don't deserve to be here. A lot of people think because they out there drug loading and they out there bedroom booming and they out there drunken and they out there just all that they will never change because they train themselves that. But I'm telling you, if I can get out of bedroom boom and I can go to college and counseling and I can take care of my kids alone and I can get an apartment and I can work 2 jobs now to 1, and if I can create my own business card and my own business, and if I can encourage young men, if a man can come up to me and tell me he wants to kill himself and he's that comfortable with telling me that, if I can bring a man and he talks to me and he's reading a Bible A lot of men read Bibles to me. If I can really create something that a lot of people can't do, if I can pray over people that I thought, whoa, if I can do all those things, and I had my kids out of wedlock, and I, before I had those kids out of wedlock, was a sinner because I had sex before marriage. Ain't nobody walking on here cornbread and collard greens. They're not. See, a lot of people don't go to church because they don't know. They didn't know. They didn't even know. They feel like some people, yes, it's going to be church is church. It's going to be some people that say some stuff that you don't like. But it does not mean you don't deserve to be on this very earth. A lot of people failed at that, not realizing that they deserve to live. See, I want to live just to die in peace. That's my goal plan. I want to live just to die in peace. When I saw in my dream a deceased friend, he passed away. And he told me he did die, but he lived in peace. Right? See, I want to live just to die in peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to settle for less. I need more and I deserve more. I don't want to hold myself because I want everybody else to look better than me. I don't want to do that no more. Because if they can't love me when I get up there too, and they're okay for me belittling myself, then that's not it for me. Because I deserve more just like they deserve more. I deserve a future just like they deserve a future. I deserve all things that what God said. If God said that he would never leave me nor forsake me, then he said that. I'm not perfect. So I know a lot of people like, she talking about God. Yes, because you know what? There was a God that day in that crash. There was a God that day in that strip. There was a God those days I had those many diseases. There was a God when I had those seizures underneath the shower, underneath the tub, underwater. I'm shaking. There was a God with me when I was having those seizures randomly. There was a God with me when my daughter kept having these seizures. There was a God with me when my daughter continued going back and back and I had to quit a job just to get by. There was a God with me still today. If I'm only working 2 days out of the week, there was a God with me because my lights are still on. There was a God with me. There was a God. There is a God. If I could still walk on his very grounds, knowing my dad is gone, and this is the man who did everything for me, I could have lost my mind for real. And I could have started seeing stuff that is not there. I could have become a drunk load, a sex load, or whatever I wanted to be. I could have been headed that way. But then my detour went somewhere else because something spiritual was going to make sure I wasn't. And something spiritual did it today to make sure that I didn't go home the same. To make sure that I still did my Quay to the Life speaker. And make sure that I continue my life going and going even though it's hard for me. Because it's not easy. It's not easy when people see these dirty old images that you know it ain't there. You know, if you know it ain't there and you see it now, you know it's real. And I know this is real because if I'm changing and you're still picking at me, then that means I need to keep going and loving me more. Just because you don't see it, it's not my fault that you didn't make it to your dreams. And sometimes you got to tell those negative people that. It's not my fault that I helped you and you want me to continue to help you and you want me to continue to pay for stuff that I don't deserve to pay for and you want me to continue to run for you all times and you want me to continue to do all things for you and I stopped. It's not my fault because it's not just you in this world. I deserve to be treated correctly too. I'm sorry that life took you another level, but don't drag me along with you. A lot of people like to drag the good ones along with them because they're in a bad place. And then they come and make the good ones feel so horrible about themselves. But they are the ones that did it to themselves. I look at my life now and say, let your light shine, Marquela, because you deserve to be on this very earth. Don't let nobody stop you. This left hand is a blessing. I am blessed. It was broken once because I was involved in a crash. And I worked with one hand, working 2 jobs with one hand. And you couldn't even tell that I was that cool enough. You didn't even know that I was with just one hand. I'm a worker. And it's not my fault that I want to live and not die. It's not my fault that I'm beautiful. It's not my fault that God created me wonderful. God didn't create me just to help people all day. He created me to be wonderful too, to help myself as well. He said, enjoy the works of his labors. So what you do for others, you should be able to do that for yourself. Why should you throw yourself in the trash can and hand out all this stuff to these people? And they're okay with it. They're okay with it. They're okay when you're handing out all your blessings and you're sitting with nothing. But now when you bless yourself and you just take all your gifts and you take care of yourself and you make sure you okay, they ain't okay no more. But I don't care anymore. Marquela the Light Speaker will speak and help cure those hearts. Marquela the Light Speaker won't give up. Marquela the Light Speaker will continue to tell these young people that they will live and they will not die. Marquela the Light Speaker know who she is. And so many times people done told her she talked too much. But Marquela the Light Speaker gonna keep on talking and keep on talking and keep on talking and keep on talking and keep on talking. And they won't stop me. See, people try to stop you because they knew it. The moment I said, I'm building my own business, I'm going to speak, they dropped their eyes. I'm not going to stop speaking. I deserve a mic. Thank you for watching Marquela the Light Speakers, where we help cure those hearts. I meant that, guys, because so many people don't realize that we deserve what we have. And I believe in myself in this business because I'm not going to let no one stop me. You know, work from home business is a huge position. And then you get to go to your favorite job, but you can work in your own business so you can still live life. Both jobs are flexible for you. You got to do what's good for you and what's best for you because ain't nobody in your body. They not in your body. They can't tell you where you should and you cannot go. They ain't going to let nobody tell them what to do. So why they going to tell you that? They going to live their life, so why can't you? They going to do what they want to do. Why can't you? It's not fair. People just like to be blaming everybody for everything besides the person that's in their body. Them. That's it. But I know that I read us our scriptures, so I'm going to do that today. I'm definitely going to do that today. Redemption. Once you were dead because of your disobedience and your many sins. All of us used to live that way, following the passionate desires and inclinations of our sinful nature. By our very nature, we were subject to God's anger, just like everyone else. But God is so rich in mercy, and He loved us so much that even though we were dead, because of our sins, He gave us life, and He raised Christ from the dead. Ephesians 2:1 and 3 and 5. So He's saying He gave us life when He raised Christ from the dead. He already know that we are sinners. And if He didn't die on that cross, Jesus, it would not have been forgiven. So it's like, don't let nobody try to get you to pay for anything, because we're not perfect. And you got to believe in yourself when everybody else doesn't, because at the end of the day, we all sin. It's all about the change, though. And what did you do to change that? And whether people support you or not, did you support yourself during the time everybody left you? Don't let nobody belittle you. Don't let nobody continue to blame you for all things. Do not let people make you feel so bad about yourself. Stop being in guilt. Stop allowing people to make you feel like you don't belong. Stop killing yourself off of people. Let's do a challenge together. Why would you want to even kill yourself anyways? What did you do for yourself? Are you killing yourself because of people? Are you killing yourself because of you? If you think about every time you talk about killing yourself, I want you to think about why. Is it because of the person? Or is it because of you really just don't want to be on earth? Then when you think about it, why don't you want to be on earth? Have a reason. A real reason. When I think about when I was on the ground and I talked about I didn't want to be on earth anymore, I was suicidal, and I called the suicidal hotline after my dad's death. I literally was telling these people I did not want to be here and I wanted to kill myself. I was ready to go. The lady on the phone was irritating me, so I hung up. But I never forget that I did call the suicidal hotline. And I was going crazy. I didn't know what to do. I would even talk to my friend on the phone and tell her I wanted to be gone. And she just was so lost. Me kept on telling people I did not want to be here. They even removed themselves because they didn't know what to do. So they just kind of gave me some space, and left because it was scaring them. They didn't know that it was not normal. So when it comes to something that's abnormal, your friend was once very happy and now she's at a horrible state, and you leave her because you don't know what to do. You're so used to her being happy. You pray for them. When I was in that suicidal situation, I was killing myself. I didn't want to be here. I never did. I didn't want to be on this very earth. And that's because I just felt like I had too many mess ups in my life that I didn't belong in here. Why should I be here anyways if everybody always look at everything I did wrong? So in my life, I said, I'm ready. I literally did some things in front of my kids and it scared the heck out of them. My daughters never forget it. It was scaring them. I was scaring myself. I was turning into something that I never thought that I'll get out of it. But see, I was a talker, so I was sitting there talking to angels. I was entertaining angels. My coworker, he doesn't work there anymore. But when my dad died, he would come after work. There wasn't me catching no bus. He was going to make sure that I make it home. Every time he said, you sit at that Jack in the Box and I'm going to get you. I get off this certain time, you sit and wait. Every time he see me, I tell him, no, nope, you're not catching no bus. And he'd take me straight home. And before we even go home, he said, let's go to eat. And he always makes sure that I ate. Then we go. Then my coworker, Rita, she would always encourage me, making sure that I understand that my dad's in a better place because he died in peace. He was not doing too good. I had a lot of coworkers, a lot of people, so many. Even my auntie Alicia, this woman literally, she was a great woman. And she was making sure that I make it as well. Telling me some encouraging things while she ain't doing good either. But she wanted me to see that I still belong. And even though there's some stuff going on, there's still people out there that will help you. So while I was on the ground, I remember I had a lot of entertaining of angels. I was very popular. If I think about how many shoulders that I cried, how many Lyft drivers didn't even just they lift me up. They really did. How many Uber drivers really sat there before I even left their cars. They would not leave until I got the word from them. There were so many things going on in these cars to where I was in cars, I was in people's houses. I mean, I was entertaining angels because they were going to make sure I get up. So it took me a lot of councils, not just 3, but the final finish happened in 2018. So before I got into council, I had a whole lot of people because they knew something was not right. And they were making sure that thing come out of me. And the thing is, I call it the black thing, the darkness of the past. I thought I couldn't make it without my dad, man. That man took me everywhere I need to go. He was the only one I felt like that really had faith in me like that. And the only man that remained solid, that did not just give up. He kept on going with me. He loved me. He didn't look at my sin. He really just looked at me. He seen his daughter. He had so many faith. And that's what God does. He's not looking at all these things. It might say it in the Bible, but what he means is you will get in trouble for it. You're going to get disciplined. But at the end of the day, you can change that around. You can change it. A lot of people didn't realize that you can change yourself if you have hopes. See, when I was on the ground, I thought it was it. That's a lie. I talk too much. And that's good. Because of me talking a lot, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at today. This very apartment, one of the saints who currently moved out of town, but I never forget Alvita. She gave me an application to this very apartment so I can get a place over my head to help me, to make sure that I make it. But I talk too much. I ain't talking enough. I need to talk more, and more. Because if I shut up, and I'm not supposed to shut up, I'm closing something that could be redemption and received in my life. I'm blessed. I've always been blessed. But I let people that were jealous of me take everything I got just because they don't have it. Sad part is, I always had their back. Sad part is, I'm always there for them. Sad part is, I'm running till God told me, stop. God told me to stop helping all these people because I already helped them, man. I need to help myself. I'm working 2 days out of the week, man. This is my first business ever that I ever created. I've been trying to make my own business for so long. I had a Let's Help Each Other page out. But this one is something to where it's huge. It's something for me. So it's like so many people who try to talk about it. It's like I don't even care because this is good. This is something that I deserve to do because there's so many people just like at church. One of my friends came straight to me for hugs because she knows me. When you know who you are, and you can't stop it no more. Because even when you're on the ground and you know you shouldn't be, you still gonna have that potential right on that ground. It's never leaving you. When you know that you deserve more, you just deserve more. You settling out there and they got all your stuff and they okay with you being low. They okay with you doing all that stuff. They okay with you being struggling. Why you helped them. You did all those things. You know, but they don't want to say it because they too good. But that's what's getting them in trouble. That's what's getting people in trouble. They're too good to admit that they're just wrong. And you know what? I'm telling myself now, stop putting yourself in the middle of people's mess. Be there to help them in a way where it's not hurting you. But don't put yourself in the middle of someone's mess and then get yourself all caught up for no reason, and you don't deserve that. Because a lot of people always want to say what I do, but they failed at something. They weren't even there for me. They was just there for themselves. I'm tired of that. Because I'm getting sick, man. Horribly. It's been a week that my voice been like this. But I'm still going to keep going. My Quail Light speaker does really counsel me every day. I love it. Because I feel like I deserve to be here. And I deserve to be in this camera because somebody's going to click one day and get blessed by what I just said. To help them move on. To help them understand that they can do it. Because you know what? So many times people told me I talk too much. But then I go outside the world and some of them said, girl, you talk not enough. Go on ahead and keep talking, baby. So where I'm going to go? To the people who said I talk too much? Or the people who said, let's go, baby? I'm going to go to the people who said, let's go, baby. I settled for too long. I will not settle for less no more. That's over. Thank you for watching Marquetta the Life Speaker. Please be blessed and don't settle for what people say. Always love yourself and know that when I do these videos, they coming from my heart. It's not me speaking up beside my tongue, speaking inside my mouth. It's me being something that I always wanted to be. Real. And this makes me feel myself. I love it. I love when I can go and hop on here and let you guys know that I love y'all. And I love you enough to make a whole series of my life. To put it down here and let y'all know that I was the realest. Because I'm not fake. I'm not going to be on here and telling you fake stuff that I experience. That's the difference. Fake, being called you talk too much, being called all these things. But all these people in these circles I helped. And then you look at me. I'm working 2 days out of the week because I'm having all these issues and I was left with issues and all these people that saying all these things I've been for. I've been through. I've been there with them. But I'm on the ground though. I don't think that's fair. So what am I going to do? Remove them out my life, because if I got all these things that I did for you, and I'm sitting here like this, and you belittle me, and I've been there for you, no, you ain't going to belittle me no more. I know that I am very kind-hearted and I'm nice, but I'm getting sick. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to get sick. I don't deserve to get myself all worked out for things that doesn't even belong in me. But because I have such a huge heart for the souls, I just wait for them. But you know what? I pray that these people really do get their life together, because I believe in myself. I see my blessings. I see my change. Most importantly, I see my future. I thank God for what He's done for me. I thank God for the blessings that He's did for me. I thank God for Him helping me in all areas in my life. I thank God for the new people I met. I thank God for all those things that He's done. So God, I want you to continue to help these young people, help everyone who's watching this video, and continue to bless them no matter what. When you said that you would never leave us nor forsake us, continue to be with us, Lord. I love you so much, and I thank you for just being with me, even when I couldn't be with myself. Even right now, with me feeling not too good, I still thank you for planning this. But God, can you please fix this voice, because April 17th of 2019 is coming, Lord. And I plan on going in a hotel room and having the blast of my life. So, Lord, I need you to fix this voice. Hallelujah. Amen, guys. Thank you for watching Marquetta the Light Speaker, where we help cure those hearts.